It's a computer, but you don't gotta be loud. That's my heart. Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
He said something about talking, but I got my earphone connected, so he ain't gonna be over here.
Hello. Where is that?
This dude.
I can hear him a little bit. Oh, you was talking to him?
Hey, go on, do something. Yeah. Snake just eating frozen mangoes. Just walking around with a bag of frozen mangoes, bro. Munching on these ones.
Sometimes it's that simple. Bro, I'm definitely ready for mango season, man. Golly. I'm ready for some good fruit. We got Shawab in here. We got Hebrew daughter. Shalom to y'all, man. Shalom, man.
Bro, I might, you know what? I think I might. I think I want to go into the letter of Jeremiah. I think we can do that today. Of course, not go through the whole shebang, because it's 70 something. But I mean, if we do go through the whole shebang, we're gonna have to just read quick. But I definitely think it's some good points in here. I'm gonna share my screen, but before I do, hold on, I gotta turn my messages off.
Okay.
So nobody can see my messages if I get an incoming message. I can on my own.
Oh, praise to the Most High. Aryeh Yasharala. Is that the brother? I guess I could ask him. Aryeh, are you the brother from the pharmacy that been coming out the camp? Might not be. I know he pronounced his name something similar. That's why I asked.
Hold on real quick. It's gonna kick me out, but I'll be right back.
All right. Man, we supposed to be. We've been out of rhythm with doing the videos on Sundays. We've been having a lot of stuff going on. I speak for myself. I've been having a lot of stuff. Okay, Khan. That is the brother. Khan, shalom. Man, tons of stuff has been going on. So that's why we ain't been going live. Doing our Thru the Spirits every Sunday. A lot of stuff been going on. But all praise to the Most High, everybody here. Everybody healthy too. You back?
Yes, sir. You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
So you trying to go into that letter of Jeremiah. If y'all don't know what the letter of Jeremiah is, it's the book of Baruch, and it is, I believe, the 6th chapter.
Yeah, if you watching on your phone, or if you're on your phone app, it's gonna say letter of Jeremiah. And if you are on your physical Bible, Baruch chapter 6, I believe is what it is. Or I mean, just the last chapter of it, of Baruch. Baruch was contemporary with Jeremiah.
So this is, I'm kind of showing my Bible. God damn, this camera, I'm not doing good. Baruch. But when you go over here to the 6th chapter of my Bible, it says the Epistle of Jeremy, which we know to be Jeremiah. So we actually, bro, we might need to Man, we had some other precepts on this, didn't we? I need to check my apocrypha. It was something we had linked up.
What
It
you
might have
talking
been
about?
how like they had this before they was over there. That's how the three holy children knew. Like,
Oh, yeah. Because this Jeremiah was before Daniel, obviously, because he was preaching about them going into captivity. Same with Isaiah. And we're gonna read it. We're gonna read while we say, they had received this information beforehand type vibe.
Right.
But I'm sharing my screen because I got the Bible pulled up over here.
All right, I just pulled it up.
So we're gonna start at the top with it. The letter of Jeremiah, chapter 1, or chapter 6. Right? It says a copy of an epistle which Jeremiah sent unto them which were to be led captives into Babylon by the king of the Babylonians, to certify them as it was commanded him of God. So this was to the people, right? Which Jeremy sent unto them which were to be led captives into Babylon by the king of the Babylonians. It's talking about Nebuchadnezzar, right? We're going to keep reading verse 2. Because of the sins which ye have committed before God, ye shall be led away captives into Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Babylonians. So it was by our sins that we were going to be led into these things. I know a big sin that was going on during this time was us not letting our people go during the time of Jubilee. We actually were treating our own people like they were slaves, essentially, right? And the law tells us we're not supposed to treat them as such. When the 7th year approached, the year of Jubilee, I believe it might be the 7th year or the 8th year. I haven't read it in a while. One of those years when it approaches, you let the people go, right? That's what you do, unless they want to stay there. But if they want to, they're free to go. Our people was not doing that, and it was madness. Go ahead, if you got something.
No, I don't got none.
Okay, cool. Verse 3. It said, oh yeah, one more point. My rib, she was talking to her daddy yesterday, and he went to church, and he kind of was on a little church kick, and he was just like some, like God's love isn't conditional. And then he was like, he was basically kind of was on some like, what can separate us from God? Like nothing can separate us from God. Like, well, I mean, that's not true. And I went to Isaiah to show where it says your iniquities have separated us. Talking about us between God, just like we're reading right here. God sent us into captivity. Why? Because of our sins that we committed before him. That's why.
Hey, I'm gonna grab that.
I mean, it's just as simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir. My bad.
It might be a delay. Is it a delay?
It might be a tad small bit delay, but if you got a point, just say it twice and.
All right. This is Isaiah 59 and verse 2. It says, but your iniquities, meaning your sins, have separated. It says, have separated between you and your God. Your sins have hid. It says, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. Right. So that's a quick scripture that he would have to deal with if he wants to say, nothing can separate, you from God.
Yeah, that's tough when to get by. You know what I'm saying? And I know what he's thinking. He's probably thinking about Paul and nothing's going to separate you from the love of Jesus, stuff like that. And that would be correct if you didn't sin. I mean, it's just that simple. That'd be correct if you didn't sin. But we're going to keep reading in this Baruch. Verse 3, it says, so when ye become unto Babylon, ye shall remain there many years, and for a long season, namely 7 generations. And after that, I will bring you away peaceably from thence. So we're going to use this wisdom apply it to our people today, right? But this does have an original context. Our people went into captivity, and guess how long the captivity was going to be? It was going to be for 70 years. Now you had people, you had so-called prophets that came along during that time. I believe it was a prophet named like Hannah or Hannah, one of the two. He came along prophesying of peace and saying he's going to stop the captivity from coming, and we're not going to stay in there for this long, and so on and so forth. And he ended up dying. The Most High God killed him, because he wasn't sent from the Most High God. He was only preaching and prophesying from his belly. That's all that was going on. He was not sent from God. What we're going to understand is, and I had learned this a while ago from this one book, you can kind of tell a false prophecy if it's always just preaching good things. If you hear a prophecy of just all this good stuff and nothing bad, it's probably a false prophecy. I'm gonna just be honest, it's probably a false prophecy. Let's go throughout the scriptures and let's look at all these prophecies. Like the prophecy we see in Daniel chapter 2, I believe. The image of gold. Guess what? All of those are rulers, all of those people are going to take the Israelites into captivity. That's not good. There is good in when the image of gold is destroyed, but it's not all good. I went over a prophecy yesterday at camp. Daniel chapter 8, going over how King Antiochus was going to come and take our people through hell. Guess what? That wasn't good. Jeremiah, he was prophesying that our people are going to go into captivity to Babylon and Nebuchadnezzar. And our people did not like that. They always wanted to hear good things. That's all that they wanted to hear. That's still to this day, that's what our people want to hear, which is why they choose the Christian church over the truth. That's just what it is. We want to hear something good. We want it all to be good. And I'm gonna just be honest, that's just not work, man. It's really not. Even the prophecy about Yahweh Shah coming, guess what? He had to die. He had to die. He was bruised for our iniquities. Is there good in it? Yes. But is it all good? No. It's just, I'm just be honest. It's going to be some things in there that you don't want to hear. But that's what our people got to deal with. We got to deal with the truth. Our people got to stop conflating the truth with being mean. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let's get it out of Jeremiah. We're reading about the letter of Jeremiah. We might as well grab what the prophet Jeremiah said. All right, this is a classic. So I'll read it real quick and throw it back to you. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So the prophets of old time, they wasn't only talking about good stuff. They was talking about war, famine, pestilence. I yield.
Mm-hmm. What did Christ prophesy about? Christ prophesied about 70 AD. Destruction, right? I mean, it's just what it is. Same thing here. This is not something you will want to hear. It's not something you just want to pick up and read and be like, damn, we're going into Babylon. Like, we're finna go in and be captives. It's not something that I would want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it is. Verse 4. Now shall ye see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold and of wood borne upon shoulders, cause the nations to fear. Beware therefore that ye in no wise be like to strangers, neither be ye and of them, when ye see the multitude before them and behind them worshiping them. So don't be like these. When it says strangers, it's talking about damn Gentiles. Don't be like these Gentiles. Don't be like the other nations to see these idols of gold, silver, and of wood. I want to see if I can pull up a old image of these idols. Let's see. Here we go. We got a couple of them right here, right? You're not supposed to go in here and see these idols and fear. You kind of go in there and you see this. You see this bull, and then you hear stories about how some men and some women died because they didn't worship these things. And you kind of get to looking at it for too long, and fear comes upon you. Now you start questioning yourself. Damn, did that really happen? You know, it's kind of been the talk of the town that such and such didn't offer this and that to this idol. And now, now they dead. That's not what it is. Hold on real quick. I gotta go handle some business.
So what I'm gonna do I'm gonna probably continue reading and touching on it because I'm not sure how long King gonna be away. So we at verse, I know we read 5. I think we read 6. Verse 6 again, it says, "But say ye in your hearts, O Lord, we must worship thee, for my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls." So since Aharon is going, I want to take this time to kind of, I see you kind of messing with your screen. He might be back. I'm not sure if he's back. Anyways, to kind of jump into the book of Daniel, and you'll kind of see why we believe that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I think, let me ask and see if he's back. You back?
Yeah. You
Okay.
can keep spitting, no?
Okay, so when you go to the book of Daniel, all of these things happen. When you read verse 4, it says, "Now you shall see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold and of wood, borne upon shoulders, which shall cause the nations to fear." So when you read the book of Daniel, the setting of it is, when you read Daniel chapter 1, they took all of our wise men, men that would be useful for the building of their kingdom. They took men, made them eunuchs, and men who was fluent in different languages, men who was skillful with their hands, and they tried to make us bow down to their gods of gold, their gods of wood, and they tried to instill fear, right? I'm kind of loosely paraphrasing all of this stuff because it's there, and I don't want to read the whole chapter 1. Anyways, fact check me on this. One of the things they did, one of the things that King Nebuchadnezzar established was like, hey, when you hear the harp butt, you hear the flutes, you hear these instruments go off, it's time to worship the idols that I created. The Israelites, you got specific Israelites like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which was the names given to them, right, by the Babylonians. Those are the Babylonian names. Anyways, my point is, they wanted to instill fear in us so that we will worship their gods. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they said, no, we will not be careful of these things, right? And you'll be, let me go to the book of Daniel. To Daniel chapter... Yikes. Let's see, Daniel chapter... I need to grab my other sword. I know I got it marked up. Man. Daniel chapter 3 and verse... I'm going to start at verse 14. Dang, man, this chapter hot. I'm going to start at 12 and I'll read through it, right? Because we don't have a particular place that we got to be by a certain time, as in the breakdown, right? This is Through the Spirit number 45. This lesson is completely off the spirit. We don't got things mapped out. So we're just going to start where we want to, end where we want to, so that we can, the word can have free course. Anyways, we had Daniel chapter 3, verse 12. It says, "There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the provinces of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up." Right? So you have men snitching to the king of Babylon that there's Jews, namely Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that are not worshiping the idols in Babylon, right? And these men have a little bit of status in this kingdom. It says, verse 13, then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound, the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast into the, it says, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So he kind of, he popping his stuff. He's the king of Babylon. He can do whatever he want to do. He's saying, if you do worship the gods that I set up before you, then you do well. Everything's good. This report may be false. He said it, but if not, we're going to burn you alive. That's a crazy threat. I don't know if brothers is registering that. If brothers let that sink in. This actually happened to our forefathers. Said if you serve our gods, then you do well. If you don't, we're going to fry you while you're alive. Let's see what the big bro said. Let's see what the big bro said. Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. So that's kind of him standing on business. When he said, we're not careful to answer you on this matter, like we're not afraid to tell you what it is. We're not shaking in our boots. We're not shook up. We're going to tell you exactly what's going on. And it says, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Why were they able to boldly speak and not be careful with the words and then tell them, like, no, we're not serving your gods? I will argue this. One of the things that aided them to speak so boldly is because they had already had the foreknowledge that this is what was going to happen in Babylon. They already knew this was going to happen, right? Because we already read it in the letter of Jeremiah. These brothers was privy to this information. They're going to try and make you worship their gods, and they're going to try and stricken you with fear so that you worship them, so that you bow down to them. This is not a super foreign topic or a tactic. This is not a super foreign tactic to the Israelites. Mind you, these are the same things that our enemies are going to use again. These certain spirits are they're going to hit the earth in volume again. It's going to happen again. That's why it's so important to be fluent in your history. That way you know what not to do. That way you know what not to do. FEMA camps. A lot of people are going to be destroyed because they're not prudent. They don't have the history. They don't have the reps when it comes into seeing what their forefathers did, seeing what they did wrong, seeing what they did right. They don't have it. They're missing it. So a lot of people, they tell you that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be the stability of your times. Those are going to be the men, women, and children who survived Jacob's trouble. Let's go to, I'm going to stay in this chapter. I'm going to go down to verse, it's a specific verse I want to grab real quick. Bear with me. Then we're going to jump back to Baruch. I'm just making sure I got it together so I can deliver it a little bit more smoothly. God. Okay, so when you read Daniel, mind you, we're still in the same chapter. If you haven't read Daniel chapter 3, shoot, if you ain't read Daniel chapter 2, Daniel chapter 1, if you ain't read the book of Daniel, tap in with the book of Daniel, especially the 3rd chapter. It's real hot. Okay, let me see if I can get Ike back in there. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of difficulty, so I'm trying to get him back in here. Okay, so I'm gonna make this point while we wait on Officer Ahran. So when you read Daniel chapter 4 and verse I'm starting at verse 24. All right, so they grabbed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. As we all know, Nebuchadnezzar had his Babylonian soldiers grab Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they started up the furnace, and they tossed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire. But before that happened, their men actually went into the fire, burnt alive. They was done. But this is what they started seeing. Verse 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, meaning he was shocked, astonished, confused, surprised. It says, and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. So this is one thing that brothers don't know. They actually bound these men up. They might have had rope, whatever it may be. They were bound, put them in the fire. Verse 25. And he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose. So they was bound in the fire before they was in the fire. But when he looked again, not only were they loose, not only were they unbound, they were unhinged. But it was not just 3 Jakes in there more. You got 4 brothers in there. It says, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Is like the Son of God, right? This is when I first seen this chapter. Me and Aharon, we must have been one late night on the Shabbat. We had a damn sleepover, for lack of better terms. All the Akim came through, and we would study the Bible. Brothers was asleep. Me and Aharon said, "Hey, let's read." We read in Daniel. I don't know why we was in Daniel, but we was turned up when we seen this. We said, bro, I've never seen this before. Next thing you know, we in the Apocrypha, and we see the book called the 3 Holy Children. When we seen that was the song that they were singing, when that's what was being, the prayer, rather. It was a prayer, wasn't it? It wasn't a song. It was a prayer. Because it's called the prayer of Azaniah. So you got the book in the Apocrypha called the Song of the 3 Holy Children, I believe. And it's also called the prayer of Azaniah. Let me just go double check. That way I'm not mistaken. But when we seen this, we was astonished. Now we astonished. Yeah, that was a good night, though. You should have seen the look on our faces when we came across this information. It was like we came across some gold. Okay, so in my Bible, it says the Song of the 3 Holy Children. It says, which followeth in the 3rd chapter of Daniel after this place. It tells you the verse where it comes in. And I'm going to read the Song of the 3 Holy Children. I'm going to read verse 1 and 2. It says, and they walked in the midst of the fire, praising God and blessing the Lord. Then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, opening his mouth in the midst of the fire and said, so the Song of the 3 Holy Children, They will call it a prayer. It also call it a song. So without further ado, I'm gonna go back to the point I was trying to land. So they said that they three people, they threw three men and they're bound, but they see 4 men and they're loosed. And when you go to the book of Baruch, the 6th chapter, or excuse me, yeah, the book of Baruch, the 6th chapter, when you read the 7th verse, mind you, when you read up, he already told you, look, they're gonna try and force you to serve their gods, and they're gonna try and make you afraid. Verse 7 says, I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, but say ye in your hearts, O Lord, we must worship thee, for my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls. So here you have it in the book of Baruch, or the epistle, the letter of Jeremiah. These men had to have received it. Reading this, they grew in boldness and courage and faith and said, nah, we already know, the Lord already spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. The Lord already spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. And we already know that y'all going to try and make us serve idols. We already know that y'all going to try and threaten us with death. But we already know that the Lord is going to protect us. All right. Can you hear me out?
God.
All right, kind. So I read verse 7. I'm pretty sure you heard most of the stuff I went into, but we can keep going.
Verse 8. Verse 8, it says, as for their tongue, it is polished by the workmen, and they themselves are gilded and laid over with silver. Yet are they but false and cannot speak. And taking gold, as it were for a virgin that loveth to go gay, they maketh crowns for the heads of their gods. So right now, Jeremiah is giving us the game on these idols. That's all it is. He's just giving us the game. How they're polished, how they can't speak, they can't do anything. They're just vain. They're good for nothing. Verse 10, it says, sometimes also the priests convey from their gods gold and silver and bestow it upon themselves. Yea, they will give thereof to the common harlots and deck them as men with garments, being gods of silver and gods of gold and gods of silver and gods of gold and wood. Yet cannot these gods save themselves from rust and moth, though they be covered with purple raiment. So these idols, they get, they damn near get the world. And a lot of it, and a lot of these so-called priests understood the game that came behind these idols. They understood the profit in being the priest of these idols, like we read a while ago in Bel and the Dragon, right? These priests would tell everybody, kind of like a tithing method: bring your silver, bring your gold, bring your food for our God eateth, our God does this. And then Daniel searched it out and found out that the priests and all these men, they would bring their families in. They'd bring their families in and come in and kind of eat it up. They would eat all the food and eat everything up, right? That was the profit they got behind pushing these idols, right? I'm almost certain Daniel read about this letter, right? Because Daniel was a wise man amongst the Babylonians, and he was wise amongst I believe the Persians. Daniel dealt, let me check. Let me see. Klein looked at this in a minute. Let me go to a Bell and the Dragon. Yep. Daniel was dealing with the Persians. So yeah, he was wise amongst the Babylonians and the Persians, man. Verse 11. Yea. No, verse 12. Yet cannot these gods save themselves. No, I'm at 13. It says, they wipe their faces because of the dust of the temple when there is much upon them. And he that cannot put to death one that offendeth him holdeth a scepter as though he were a judge of the country. What is this talking about? What is this talking about, right? So we actually got to figure this out, right? Let me see. What do I want to look up? I want to look up Greek idols. I want to look up Greek idols, right? And I know we're dealing with Babylon, but I want to give you basically a depiction of what he's kind of talking about. These idols, they hold spears and weapons of war, and don't mind that. They hold spears and weapons of war, and they hold a balance, and they hold all these things. Yet they can't defend themselves. They can't go and put to death a man who offended them. A man can walk up straight to that idol and throw a damn tomato at it. They can throw a tomato at the idol. And what's the idol gonna do? He gonna say, "Oh, nah, you pissed me off," and wipe his face. You know, kind of wipe all the tomato off. Like, man, you done effed up now. You know, I'm the God of such and such. The idol can't do that. It was made with man's hands. You know what it's gonna do? It's just gonna sit there. It's just gonna sit there and collect dust. That's all it's gonna do. It's vanity. That's why he's telling us, don't be scared of these damn idols, no matter how mighty they may seem, no matter the folklore or the tales behind these idols. Don't fear them. It's vanity. There's nothing to do with you, right? Let's keep reading. It says, he hath also in his right hand a dagger and an axe, but cannot deliver himself from war and thieves. Let that resonate. He has a dagger and an axe in his right hand, but he can't deliver this man, this probably so-called Poseidon, right? He got this whole little trident in his hand. But if somebody was to come into their temple and rob the temple and break down, the idol can't do nothing. He's not finna be like, oh no, hold on, y'all done effed up, and he kind of getting into battle stance, and he's finna start whooping ass. That's not what's finna happen. It's never been recorded in history where an idol just started moving and started kicking ass because of damn somebody was robbing from him. Zeus kind of got off his chair. He jumped up. It's a damn idol, a thing of stone and marble. So it's a stone and marble. Zeus kind of getting out of his chair. He break off his chair and he jumped to the skies and to the heavens, and then he grabbed some lightning and come back down and be like, man, don't make me do it. That's not what's happening. That's not what's going on. So why should we fear them? Why should we have any kind of respect towards them? Why of any of this? When we know who our God is. Our people, don't get it twisted. Our people were we were not monotheism. I think it was called monolatrism, which means we knew about the existence of other gods, but we only worshipped and served one God, right? We were not a polytheist type of people. We didn't worship a slew or a pantheon of gods. You know what I'm saying? We didn't worship this guy over here and this guy and this guy. We didn't do that. We worshiped one God, but we didn't deny we didn't deny idols or gods being out there. So even if there was, even did hear about a God in another land, it's not your job to serve him. You don't know why? Because you serve Yahweh. That's who you serve. It's even in the law. The law speaks about this. It said if a prophet comes by speaking about another God and he works a miracle in the name of that God, you still not supposed to get down with him. Even if the miracle come to pass, because the Lord will make the miracle come to pass. Even if he makes that come to pass, you ain't supposed to worship him. You ain't supposed to get down with him. That's not where you'll it's loyalty one-on-one. Just because, all right, cool. You and your girl go to the weight room. Y'all go to the gym. And it's a nigga in there putting up more weight. She's supposed to just stop everything. I gotta go, man. He kind of putting up more weight in the room. No. Your loyalty is with me. That don't make no damn sense. You don't owe him no loyalty. You don't even know him. So why would we go into another land and fear their God above our God whom we fear? And they kind of just got the idol in the back collecting up hella dust. And you see a man go over there and wipe it. He wipe it, and then he'll tell you, this is the Almighty God right here, man. This is the God that's gonna get us through all this hard time. You mean to tell me the nigga you just wipe with a cloth and some damn pine saw, that's the guy we gotta put our trust in. You just literally wiped him down and got all the dust off of him. And I seen you lint roll his garment over there, man. I seen you just lint roll his whole garment. You want me to get down with that? Like he's finna save me from some kind of trouble? That's not what we getting down with. I'm just not gonna lie. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right. Let's keep reading. Verse 16, whereby they are not known. They are not known to, like it. Whereby are they known not to be gods? Therefore fear them not. For like as a vessel that a man useth is nothing worth when it is broken, even so it is with their gods. So what's saying here? If you're using something that's broken, it's useless. That's what it's saying. So are their gods. That's what it is, right? If you have a bowl that you use to put water in and hold water, if the bowl has holes all in it and the water just keeps leaking out, guess what you're going to do with it? You're going to throw it away. It's nothing. That's what it's like with these idols. It says when they be set up in the temple, their eyes be full of dust through the feet of them that come in. And as the doors are made on every side upon him that offendeth the king, as being committed to suffer death, even so the priests make fast their temples with doors, with locks and bars, lest their gods be spoiled with robbers. So they gotta lock everything up super tight, super neat, you name it. Why? Because they don't want nobody coming in and robbing it. You go in there and they robbing it and they taking the damn garment off the idol. This is supposed to be the idol that's all powerful, and you come in and you strip the garment off of him, and you kind of snatch his chain. How you snatch the chain off? You snatch the chain off God, and now it's like damn boy, that crazy boy. I heard the Lord got his chain snatched the other day. I being around Jake, all I'm gonna say is Jake more than likely they not going for that. I'm just be honest. Jake not going for that. You hear your Lord got your chain snatched, Jake losing all respect for you. I'm just be honest. Be honest. All right, let's keep going. Verse 19, it says, they light them candles, yea, more than for themselves, whereof they cannot see one. What is it talking about? They lighten all these candles for this idol. The damn idol can't see any of them. The idol can't hear, see, smoke. He can't do anything, right? Verse 20, they are as one of the beams of the temple, yet they say their hearts are gnawed upon by things of creeping out of the earth. And when they eat them clothes, they feel it not. Their faces are black through the smoke that cometh out of the temple. Upon their bodies and heads sit bats, swallows, and birds, and the cats also. This is what's going on in these damn temples. This is what's happening. They giving us the breakdown on what is happening in these idolatrous places. You're gonna see these idols, and this is just what's gonna be happening, man. You may see bird boo-boo on the idol one day. You know what I'm saying? And what man are you to you know the God, you know the true and living God, the God of Israel, and you start getting down with a God that got bird boo-boo on his head. And you see the idol and you see the bird boo-boo. It's just they can't clean it off right now. Right? And you kind of bound down to it. That's madness. That is madness. Verse 23. It says, by this ye may know that they are no gods, therefore fear them not. You see it's something repetitive going on. He's letting you know. He keeps letting you know that they are not God. They have no power. Gods, Elohim. There is no within them. Therefore, them not. Don't fear them. Don't reverence them. Don't have no respect. Don't have no doubt when nothing. Don't do anything. It's vain, right? It says, notwithstanding the gold that is about them to make them beautiful, except they wipe off the rust, they will not shine. For neither when they were molten did they feel it. The things wherein there is no breath are bought for a most high price. These idols where no breath is in, they didn't feel when they were even being made. They have nope. But people, guess what? People value them very highly. Like I said, there's profit behind idolatry. Always. There's profit behind idolatry. We even seen it in the book of Acts when they worshiped Diana of the Ephesians, or Diana of Ephesus, right? We see the account and saying how they're going to lose a lot of money if these men turn away the people from serving Diana. They're going to lose a lot of money behind that. And it's always been that way. It's always been a set group of people that knew, okay, cool, we can control and we can make money with this idol, man. You gotta spread some stories, man. You gotta spread some stuff, let everybody know that he did this and he did that. Meanwhile, they know it's all a lie, but guess what? They making good money off of it. They sitting in the high places. They rich. They may have their gods that they're serving on the lowest key, but hey, look, right now, I'm selling this God that I made, man, so I can get some money, so I can get some change. There was always profit in that. Mar, you can still hear me out? I just want to make sure.
Time.
All right, cool. Let's keep reading. Verse 26, they are borne upon shoulders, having no feet, whereby they declare unto men that they be nothing worth. They also that serve them are, for if they fall to the ground at any time, they cannot rise up again of themselves. Neither if one set them upright, can they move of themselves. Neither if they be bowed down, can they make themselves straight. But they set gifts before them as unto dead men. You can't go up to a can't pick his damn self up. You better hope and pray that if you fall and the idol fall down, it's nothing it can do. It's just going to stay on the ground. When you go up to it and pray, it can't lift itself up and say, and kind of pat you on the head and say peace and blessings and bid you farewell. It's not going to do that. It's not going to do that. Therefore, don't fear him, right? Verse 28. As for the things that are sacrificed unto them, their priests sell and abuse. In like manner, their wives lay up part thereof in salt, but unto the poor and impotent they give nothing. Just like I've been saying, they get so much food, they get so much off of this that they have to lay it up in salt. Salt is a preservative. They lay it up in salt, and guess what? They give none of it to the poor. They give none of it. They keep it in their greed, right? It says, menstruous women and women in childbed eat their sacrifices. By these things ye may know that they are no gods. Fear them not. For how can they be called gods? Because said meet before the gods of silver, gold, and wood. And the priests sit in their temple, having their clothes rent and their heads and their beards shaving, and nothing upon their heads. They roar and cry before their gods, as men do at the feast when one is dead. The priests also take off their garments and clothe their wives and children, whether it be that one doeth unto them or good, they are not able to recompense it. They can neither set up a king nor put him down. In like manner, they can neither give riches nor money. Though a man make a vow unto them and keep it not, they will not require it. The idol, pray to the idol, you make a vow unto it, you do anything. You can make tens of thousands of vows and not keep it to that idol. Guess what? He's not going to require it. It says they can save no man from death, neither deliver the weak from the mighty. They cannot restore a blind man to his sight, nor help any man in his distress. They can show no mercy to the widow, nor do good to the fatherless. Their gods of wood, and which are overlaid with gold and silver, are like the stones that be hewn out of a mountain. they that worship them shall be confounded. How should a man then think and say that they are gods when even the Chaldeans themselves dishonor them? So he's giving us game. Right now, he's doing literally nothing but giving us game. You got to think about it. During the time of us going into captivity and we're reading this letter, this is some comfort. This is comfort. This is comforting. Even when we was going into captivity, the Most High God sent us a little bit of comfort, a little bit of peace, a little bit of hope. It's always been hope. He gave us some hope. These idols are things. How can you say they're gods when even the Chaldeans themselves, if you don't know what Chaldeans are the people, the primary people that dwelt in Babylon. The Chaldeans, they even dishonor them. That's giving you game right there, man. That should let you know, because as soon as you get in there, it's gonna be one or two Israelites or one or two Jakes that walk in there, see an idol, and he done already forgot about the Most High God. He done already forgot about him. He kind of looking at all these people's customs, and he's ready to submit to their way, and he's he's got his sacrifices lined up already. Couldn't wait to serve this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You always got those kind of people, but then you got the people that serve out of fear. Mahar read it earlier. A couple of our people wasn't finna serve out of fear. Look, man, no. That's why they were so confident. They read out, man, that's a damn idol. I'm cool. I'm all right, G. Nah. I was already told, bro, this was all Father. And guess what? Even if it wasn't, who cares? It's not my God. I don't care if y'all God actually over here doing all of these things. I don't care if y'all God actually eating the food you giving them. I don't care if this nigga step up off this stone. I don't care if I see that nigga flying to the heavens. That's not my God. That's y'all God. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Right? That's the thought process our people should have. Like when I'm out in the highways and byways and I'm talking to another nation and they serve their gods, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't compel these niggas to try to my God. The hell am I trying to compel him to serve my God for? He got his gods. Go ahead and do your thing. When that time comes, you know you got to serve our God. But until then, bro, you do your thing. That's your people's customs from thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. My job is to bring my people in. That's what I got to do. I got to compel my people to come back to their God. These other niggas serving Buddha and niggas serving Allah and whoever else under the sun, Shiva. Hey, y'all do y'all thing, man. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with my people. Right? Verse 41. It says, who if they shall see one dumb that cannot speak, they bring him and entreat Baal that they may speak as though he were able to understand. Yet they cannot understand themselves and leave them, for they have no knowledge. The woman also, with cords about them, sitting in the ways, burn brand for perfume. But if any of them drawn by some that passeth by lie with him, she reproacheth her fellow, that she was not thought as worthy as herself, nor her cord broken. Whatsoever is done among them is false. How may it then be thought or said that they are gods? They are made of carpenters and goldsmiths. They can be nothing else than the workmen will have them to be. And they themselves that made them can never continue long. How should then the things that are made of them be gods? If these mere men made these things, and these men don't even live long. They don't even last long. How in the world can the thing which they made be called a god? How? How can they even be compared to as a god? It's just not happening, right? It's just not happening. Verse where am I? Verse 47. For they left lies and reproaches. Did you want to say something?
I was going to tell you, I can read for you. I'm over here just listening like I'm not in this thing. I can read for you. I know you like reading. I'm just like, it's a long chapter. I'm like, at least I can do is read.
Yeah, you good. You can go ahead, bro.
All right, 47, it says, for they left lies and reproaches to them that come after. For when there cometh any war or plague upon them, the priests consult with themselves where they may be hidden with them. How then cannot men perceive that they be no gods, which can neither save themselves from war nor from the plague?
Real quick, a lot of the times you see in the scriptures, guess what? We consult with our God. We seek our God. God, such, blah, blah, blah. Man, these niggas is trying to hide and think about where to put the idol with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They can't save themselves from the wars nor plagues. Go ahead.
A lot of times we had the Urim and the Thumb. So whenever we was in straits and we needed a direction, a clear direction from our God, we would cast a lot with the Urim and the Thummim. Not only did we have clear instructions from our God via the law, statutes, and commandments, we would ask for signs. We would receive signs. We would receive clear instructions from the priest, casting the lots with the Urim and the Thummim. Not only that, we literally had prophets who literally had prophecies, who literally had the word of God in their mouths.
Yep.
These other guys
had it on them.
Didn't have it. We were verse 50. For seeing they be but of wood and overlaid with silver and gold, it shall be known hereafter that they are false, and it shall manifestly appear to all nations and kings that they are no gods, but the works of men's hands, and that there is no work of God in them.
So real quick, it's kind of giving us a little bit of hint, a little key that, everybody is going to see that these are no gods. And a lot of this was done by Daniel himself. Daniel destroyed, I believe, 2 Babylonian gods. Not to mention, after our nation got done dealing with another nation, like we would go in and destroy all the idols. Ain't no idols in our land. We destroying all the idols. If we go in and conquer a city, we destroying all the idols. We letting you know. Imagine this. Imagine you got a damn idol you've been serving. This idol been passed down from generations in your family, and y'all all been serving this idol, and you've been hearing of all this, how it's been protecting you and your fam. And a nigga with fringes kick down your door and smoke everybody, and you see him throw that motherfucker against the wall and it break. You like, God, what happened? I thought we was being protected. What was that? And brother walk in there and say, how about shimmy outside? And he throw a sword in you. God, what the hell was that, man?
If they are
Jesus Christ,
there's literally people who were literally putting faith and trust in wood overlaid with silver and gold. Like literally that item could have been a damn ox, damn monkey, damn snake, a statue of a snake. They're literally, bowing to this thing.
Yeah.
Literally.
Hey, it's still my bad. It's still like that today. The East Indians, they don't eat no kind of beef. They serve. A lot of their gods are cows and cattle. So they don't eat no beef at all, my nigga. Everything on the menu is like chicken or is vegetarian or vegan, I should say. Niggas ain't putting their mouth to no motherfucking cow. Same thing with I don't know the elephant god name, but it's an elephant idol. These niggas worship. Shakawar sent me a video of it. It was a big fat ass elephant that came out, and guess what? It was dressed up in silver and gold, and they still worship this elephant to this day. This elephant was born, ain't no telling how long ago, but guess what? They put it on a pedestal and they worship it. Damn elephant. That's crazy.
Right.
Well, we can keep reading if you ain't got nothing.
Verse 53. Let me make sure I didn't skip on. Verse 53. It says, "For neither can they set up a king in the land, nor give reign unto men, neither can they judge their own cause, nor redress a wrong, being unable, for they are as cows between heaven and earth." As you were just talking about the damn cows. That's the cut. Oh, it's like crows. My bad. My bad.
Cut. Yeah.
Crows.
But basically, them niggas, it's just vain. What does a crow do when it's in the sky? Anybody know? Not a goddamn thing. It ain't nothing exciting going on. It's just flying. It's just in the sky. That's all it's doing. It's nothing. It's the same thing with these idols, man. It's purely vanity. And a lot of this you see, it is repetition. It's basically a diss track against the Babylonian idols. It's a diss track. I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. This is an ancient day diss track against your gods. And you gotta deal with it. Imagine being a nigga that serve an idol and you get your hands on this letter and you kind of reading all of this. Nigga, I'd be in a sour mood. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, bro, ain't no way, bro. Them lights, man. This is what they scrolls say, bro. This is how they talk about our gods, man. I'll be hot. We can keep reading.
Con. Verse 55. "Whereupon, when fire falleth upon the house of gods of wood, or laid over with gold or silver, their priests will flee away and escape, but they themselves shall be burned asunder like beams. Moreover, they cannot withstand any king or enemies. How can it then be thought or said that they be gods? Neither."
And that's just the truth. That's real quick. That's just the truth, man. You know, I can see a lot of people saying, well, you know, y'all's temple got this, that, and the third. No. Look, that's totally fine. That's the temple. Our God not in there. The earth is his footstool. I mean, that's just what it is. That's totally fine. But no, these niggas is claiming their God is in here. Look, man, you come to the temple and you make a sacrifice, he gonna be right over there in the corner, man, with a glorious ass purple long. And bro, don't look at him in his eyes too long. That's the claim that these guys are making. So yeah, you know, if you want to say, you know, our temple got destroyed, cool, grandiose, that's fine. I get it. Our God not in there though. It's not. That was a place of, you know, the place of sacrifice. But our God way bigger than that. Come on now. He created all things. Well, come on now. He ain't no idol. God, bro, I would hate to deal with our people back in the day. Like, if I was a Gentile, bro, and I ran into some Israelites, bro, you already know how these niggas coming. You know, bro, Jake, so much, bro. So much S word, bro. It's ridiculous. Like, nigga, your God that small.
Bro, no, we literally got the account with Elijah. He started scoffing and mocking them niggas. He said, well, y'all call on y'all gods and have them bring fire down from heaven. They start cutting themselves. They was praying around this damn fire for hours. Hush. They was praying to their God for a good while. I think the account might be like, my bad, man. Might be like 1 Kings 18 or 2 Kings 18, maybe 21. Maybe 21. Anyways, They was cutting themselves, man. Going in circles. He was scoffing, though. He said, maybe your God's asleep.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going on a long adventure. Allah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, he was trash talking, to say the least. Right? To say the least. That was my point. Jake definitely agreed on you.
Right.
Hey, this is a prophet. He turned their scorner that day.
Brother was a scoffer, man.
He turned into a scoffer.
Reading.
You want me to keep reading?
Yeah.
Okay, we are at verse 57. Neither are those gods of wood. It says, neither are those gods of wood and laid over with silver or gold able to escape either from thieves or robbers, whose gold and silver and garments wherewith they are clothed, they that are strong do take and go away withal, neither are they able to help themselves.
Well,
Therefore, it is better to be a king that showeth his power, or else a profitable vessel in a house, which the owner shall have use of, than such false gods, or to be a door in the house to keep such things safe as be therein, than such false gods, or a pillar of wood in a palace, than such false gods.
it's better things to do with this material, man. I'm not gonna lie. The material that was made for an idol, bro, is better off if you just made a damn door. Just be honest.
Hey,
I mean,
it's better to be
go ahead.
a bowl that holds food than to be a false god.
Yeah. Just keep it a stack. Floor. You could have been a floor. And it would have had some value, bro. It would have had value. An idol has no value. You just over there. It's no value to it at all. Like, dog, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. This how our folks was coming at these idols back in the day. God, this would have pissed me off, bro. You talking about the God that my folks didn't serve this whole time, and you said he was better off if he was made a door. Ah, ow, ow. Come on, man. You Israelites fight dirty, man. That's how we coming though. But you keep reading.
He said it's better to be a damn door. At least a door is useful. You know what I'm saying? It says, for sun, moon, and stars being bright and sent to do their offices are obedient. In like manner, the lightning, when it breaketh forth, is easy to be seen. And after the same manner, the wind bloweth in every country. And when God commandeth the clouds to go over the whole world, they do as they are bidden. And the fire sent from above to consume hills and woods doeth as is commanded, but these are like unto them, neither in show nor power. Verse 64. Wherefore it is neither to be supposed nor said that they are gods, seeing they are able neither to judge causes nor to do good unto men.
So this is a lot of of what God's work is. You know what I'm saying? Judge causes, do good to men, so on and so forth. Set things in order. These niggas ain't doing that. God even or this man put in perspective, nigga. These guys ain't even like fire or lightning or none of that. You know what I'm saying? They can't even be compared to the damn elements. How are they gods? They're lower than the elements. Earlier said it's better if nigga was a king to show his power. It has value. A door has value. A floor has value. A damn wall, it got value. A nail, a lot of this stuff got value that we don't think got value. But you know what don't got value? A damn idol. That nigga just sitting there collecting dust. We can keep reading.
God. Verse, what was it, 65?
Yes.
Okay. It says, knowing therefore that they are no gods, fear them not. For they can neither curse nor bless kings, neither can they show signs in the heavens among the heathen, nor shine as the sun, nor give light as the moon. The beasts are better than they, for they can get under a covert and help themselves. That's a cut. It is then by no means manifest unto us that they are gods, therefore fear them not. It is another cut. He said, for as a scarecrow in the garden of cucumbers keepeth nothing, so are their gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold. This is
Crazy.
literally the ultimate. This is the crazy chapter full of scoff.
It's nothing but scoff, bro. It's not deep wisdom. It ain't parables in here. It's just a diss track.
It's just a diss track, bro. It just finna diss your whole belief system. He called your idol a scarecrow.
Yeah. God,
He said a damn
I didn't even know
dog.
they had scarecrows way back in the gap like that.
Hey man, if they was using it. It says in the garden of cucumbers. Verse 20,
Yeah.
I mean, damn, where I get 27? Verse 71. It says, and likewise, their gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold are like to a white thorn in the orchard that every bird sitteth upon, as also to a dead body that is cast into the dark. And ye shall know them to be no gods by the bright purple that rotteth upon them, and they themselves afterwards shall be eaten, and shall be a reproach in the country. Better therefore is the just man that hath none idols, for he shall be far from reproach.
That was nothing but scoffs and mocks and
For 70 verses.
just a slew of it. 70 verses, nigga. Ether, nigga. It's just getting on them. Just getting on them. No, you know what I'm saying? What? I forgot what they call it. It's not drill, but this is drill. This was drill. He was just cooking him up the whole time. The whole time, man. That's all I got. That was beautiful.
I want to grab let me see if I can grab it real quick. We have scoffers, bro. Big bro will scoff you.
We had niggas that'll cook you up. What if you seen a fleet of men carrying some wood? Niggas was like, nigga, on Moses, you better not. Or they was carrying their idols. And niggas like, nigga, on Moses, you better not bring that firewood over here. Nigga, I'm immediately turning around. God, let me get out of here. Men had to protect their idols, bro. That should let you know that they know gods, bro. Just be honest.
All right, check it out. 1 Kings 18. Obviously, there's more context to the chapter. The chapter kind of big, but I'm going to read verse 27. I might read a little bit down after that because look how he get down. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awaked. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after the manner with knives and lancets till the blood gushed out upon them. So the scriptures literally record Elijah mocking the heathens and their gods. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody getting on the Israelites if we scoffing other religions. Elijah, you're gonna have to deal with Elijah. He scoffed them so bad, told them, look, maybe your God is sleeping, maybe he's talking, maybe he's busy. And they start cutting themselves till blood gushed out to try and get their God's attention. They start
Yep.
they start cutting themselves. It says, and it came to pass when midday. So look, this at noon, it tell you verse 27, at noon, Elijah start mocking. Now, when you read verse 29, it says, and it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. So noon, that's midday, right? When the sun is up in the middle of the sky, right up, right above your head. They were trying to talk to their God all the day long until evening, until the sun went down. Till the sun went down. So you got to deal with Elijah scoffing for all day. Hours. They was trying to make it happen. It says, and Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob. And it says, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. So he built the altar, he put a trench around it, and he put the wood in order and cut the bullock into pieces and laid him on the firewood and said, fill 4 barrels with water and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. So this is a flex. This is your ancient day flex about who really worshiping the true God. Because they was trying to get the altar to get consumed with fire. They was all day they was out there. Elijah said, all right, cool. Go ahead, build this altar. We can go grab these stones. Fuck it, throw a trench in there. You know what? Go get some water. Go get 4 barrels of water. But the amount of boldness, the amount of faith that Elijah had to scoff their gods, drench his altar in water so that it's harder to be consumed by fire. You just got to understand, bro. He was for real a scoffer, a mocker, and he had a lot of faith. He was in the spirit. If y'all want to say that he wasn't in the spirit, y'all can try and do that, but I'm gonna say he was.
Mm-hmm.
He scoffed all the false prophets. Oh man. So I'm not gonna read the whole chapter because I don't feel like it, to be quite honest. But they're going to account of him scoffing the heathens and their gods. 1 Kings 18. I started at verse 27. But yeah, I just want to grab that real quick. But I'm down to close out. You got any precept you want to pull out?
No, sir, not at the moment.
All right, Con. Well, that concludes Through the Spirit, number 45. The water to all the brothers and sisters that tuned in. Lord willing, y'all was edified. Until next time, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem and Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.
Shalom.